In this video I'm going to show a beginner's guide to Remnant 2. This is for a first-time player so you can understand all the aspects of the game. You go through the beginning part of the game and then you end up in Ward 13. This is Ward 13, and in the upper mini-map you can see it says Ward 13, and then here when you open the map this is what it looks like, and if you go to each one of these segments at the top and explore them, you'll get an idea of what you can choose to do in this game. If you're going to be playing solo, then I like the handler as a starter. You can use the handler or the medic. They both offer the most survivability for health. The handler gives you a doggy companion that's an AI bot that will help you fight enemies and will distract them so they'll attack the dog instead of you. After you get 10 trait points, you can have a secondary archetype. And in that secondary archetype, you don't get the main perk that the archetype has, but you get the bonuses. As you play the game, you're going to get trait points and you can invest them in any of the traits you want. The kinship is related to the handler and it's going to go up on its own just by using and playing the game. I recommend starting the game in solo and playing either Yesha or Lasam, and if you get Narud, just re-roll it. If you're experienced at hack and slash games and you know how to roll out of danger, then the Challenger is a better class to have because it's more of a later game class. When you start off in the first region, you're going to start off as a door and you're going to start exploring the area, but none of the areas like are shown here in Lasam are available to you unless you've already been there. So here I'm going to show a little gameplay of how the dog helps you when you're running around killing enemies in Lasam. I got the MP60, which everybody can get for free at the very beginning of the game, and the AK-47. I purchased the healing shot for the MP60 subgun so I could heal myself up at any time without using one of my 3 relic health boosters. Here I'm showing how the dog helps out even without you commanding him to do so. He's just going to attack enemies. And now I'm going to show you how when you aren't watching your health boosters and you don't take them and you're just taking damage over and over again. The dog isn't usually this effective, by the way. This is, high-level character dog. In the beginning, he's not quite that good. I'm just going to stand there and take damage until the dog heals me. The white thing there is handgun ammo, so you pick up all that stuff that you can. The red is long gun ammo. So here I'm showing how when I die, the dog comes over and heals me, and I don't take any damage for a millisecond or so, and then I can take everybody out. In this game, you're going to roll to avoid being hit by enemies, because you don't want to take any damage. So I'm going to give you an example here where I'm not actually shooting at them, I'm just going to roll, and you can roll straight into them. So once you go out solo and you've upgraded your weapons a few times and you're not dying over and over again, you've learned how to roll and avoid taking damage, then it behooves you to join a co-op game. When you go back to Ward 13 and you go to the red crystal world stone, you can hit join a game and you can see the core level of the host. So here in Ward 13, we're going to upgrade weapons, and we're going to go to these 2 people to craft weapons and to upgrade weapons. You're going to need a bunch of scrap in the early game just to upgrade weapons. But going out in the world and playing the game is what gets you scrap. You also can get scrap when you join a game and you're joining somebody else's game, because all of the items that are acquired you're going to get to keep. Unless you host the game, you're not going to progress your game, but you get to keep all the scrap and stuff. At the beginning of the game, all of this stuff is not going to be available. You get these things by killing bosses, finding loot chests. Next, I'm going to show the location of Ford's chest that you can open after you fast travel back to get the MP60. So first you're going to go to the chest. And because you got the flashlight lantern, you can look on the bottom of it and it has the code to open the chest. Ford's chest has a key in it, and the key opens Ford's container. So you're going to run towards the container yard, like I'm showing here, and you're going to get the MP60. The MP60 will be on the table in his room. If you want to get an idea about the damage per second your gun is doing, you can go to the range there, and it's got that meter on there that'll tell you automatically what it's doing. When you first come into the world, if you hit the map, you won't see anything, because the map only shows places you've already been and explored. And if there's red there, there's enemies there, so you can tell by the areas whether you've explored them or not. This is a looter shooter, and you want to explore every area, climb every ladder, look at every single area to get as much stuff as you can. The lower left is the Dragon Heart Relic, and when you take it, you heal half your health initially. Next, we're going to talk about ingestibles. Go to Dr. Nora in Ward 13, and she sells all these different things that are an ad for you. The one thing that I find that I can't live without is if I'm going to Yesha, I need the root rot eliminator. Once your root rot meter has pegged at 100%, you won't be able to fire, you'll be coughing, it's just horrible. In Lassam I get hit by the curse, so you can get some of that too if you're going there. The next thing we're going to discuss is going to see Dwell, and things that he can do. You can craft certain mutators from him, and better still, you can upgrade ones that you have that you like. So if you have one and you want to upgrade it, it's going to do more for you. So in the beginning of the game, you don't have any relics, you don't have any amulets, and you don't have any rings. You can buy certain rings at the vendors, but other than that, you're going to pick them up in the world. I have this large collection of things because I played co-op with others. The way Remnant 2 works is that they don't have worlds that are the same every play. They re-roll the actual world, and higher level people have access to higher level bosses and whatnot. So when I played co-op with higher level guys and they were going through higher level areas, I got to pick up all of this stuff and keep it. Each combination of rings and amulets is going to benefit a certain play. If you're a melee player, it's going to be completely different than if you're a gun player, if you're looking for the highest damage. So when you go up and access the World Stone, you can go to any region that you've already been. You have to complete the first region and kill the boss there, which might not be the highest boss, and then you can go to the Labyrinth. The Labyrinth is always going to be second, and then after that you can go to others. So when you go to join the game, you can pick the difficulty level, Survivor, Veteran, etc. So when you hit join game, you can see who's the one who's doing it at the top and their core power level. So if you're going with somebody who's level 20 and you're only like level 5, that's going to be a problem. He can kick you from the game. And if you're doing it as a campaign, that's just somebody's regular progression through the game. If you're doing it on adventure, that just means that they're going back there to do whatever they want a second time around. It's not their regular game. What's unfortunate is they don't allow group chat either by text or on mics, so it's really hard to communicate with others about where to go and what to do. When you're in game and you die, you respawn at the next checkpoint. The other thing that's bad is if you want to exit the game, you have to open up the main menu and exit the game. So you're going to have melee weapons that are doing close range, and then you have close and mid-range pistols, and then you have long-range rifles. This is the cube gun that has the ability to put a shield up in front of you that keeps you from taking damage. So here's an elite coming after me, and I'm putting the cube gun's shield up, and I took almost no damage, and the cube gun has unlimited ammo. This is showing the Enigma handgun and how good it is at taking out people that are swarming you. So both the Enigma and the cube gun can be gotten in the Labyrinth region. Both the cube gun and the Enigma are shown at much highly upgraded versions. They're not just what you get at the beginning. The Blackmaw AK-47 is what comes standard with the handler package, but I would prefer to purchase the Bonesaw LMG. The advantage to the Bonesaw LMG is that it has a 150 round magazine and 150 in reserve, and if you have a bunch of elites and mobs showing up, you have a better chance of surviving. The disadvantage is that it overheats and it has a long reload time. And then we have melee weapons. I like the iron greatsword that's standard issue for the Challenger class. So this is a 3-person co-op mode in Root Earth. So this is showing why solo is a real pain in the ass, but mistakes I made were that my health is only at halfway. I should have used the healing shot in the MP60 to get my health up to full before I even started this.
This is it.
And then when I should have hid behind the rock here, so when his first attack hit me, it wouldn't have done any damage, and then I should have rolled into him instead of... So I hope this guide has helped you have a better experience playing Remnant 2. It's a great game. I think you'll like it.